My generation sat on the cusp of greatness, but found the lip of the cusp too steep. My generation wanted to blossom, but waited to be pollinated by a chance passing bee. My generation tattooed empty poetry to designer bodies, size 0 six-pack, do the deed and don't look back. We, the ultimate chameleons, destroyed boulders and rubbed shoulders with saints, those with angelic clothing, undirtied by paupers. My generation sat sipping blood from poisoned chalices of bankers, grazing with gluttony on rotting corpses of hopers. My generation danced to tracks tracked by satellites in 6-inch heels. My generation punished petty thefts and rewarded $1,000,000 steals. My generation saw bariatrics and cachectics, life-saving meds to the downright toxic. We saw fascists, racists, rapists going places without being blighted. We even saw Jimmy Savile being knighted. My generation popped pills, partying perpetually like purse-string puppets. We bound and left our dreams and hopes in iron lockets just for one more dance. My generation preferred dollars to scholars and devils painted whiter than a pastor's collar. My generation prayed to shooting stars but denied the existence of a higher being. My generation gazed at the universe through 17-inch screens. My generation saw beauty in scantily clad girls. You know the type that I mean. My generation ate themselves to death, whilst others died waiting to eat. We built tanks and guns and planes and naval fleets, yet called ourselves the most civilized generation that existed. My generation tried to change the world but didn't change themselves. We searched for water on Mars but couldn't find dying kids any wells. My generation ate caviar and sipped wine in mansions overlooking the sea, discussing how we could end hunger and poverty in third world countries. My generation ebbed and flowed with every crashing wave. My generation never learnt anything from their mistakes. My generation had so much potential. We strived for perfection but didn't understand the basics. We, the people that could turn shattered dreams into a mosaic. My generation looked for 50 shades of love in top shelf magazines and hidden bedrooms behind laptop screens. We who lost our way and voted in the next politician that rose. We who didn't realize that all that glitters isn't really gold. My generation had the spring, but couldn't find the step. We punished those that awoke and rewarded those who slept. We preferred nightmares to dreams and all dreams to be but the same. My generation sat throwing coins into fountains, hoping that one day that coin would give them the strength to move mountains. My generation grew tired and old and crumbled to dust because we had a need for speed and 100-mile-an-hour lust. My generation never learnt to stop hating, and this is why I pen these lines with the ink of my tears, because I hope a generation will come who will have no fear to take that final leap. But until then I watch my generation sit on the cusp of greatness, staring at that peak oh so steep.